I appreciate you joining me today. We're going to be thinking about wolves in sheep's clothing today. Our hymn is called Jesus, My Master and My Lord.
Jesus, my Master and my Lord, I would thy will obey. Humbly receive thy warning word, and always watch and pray. My constant need of watchful prayer I daily see and feel, to keep me safe from every snare of sin and earth and hell.
Appreciate it, Lee. Verse 2, into a world of ruffians sent, I walk on hostile ground, while human beasts on slaughter bent, and ravening wolves surround. The lion seeks my soul to slay in some unguarded hour, and waits to tear his sleeping prey, and watches to devour. But thou hast given a loud alarm, and thou shalt still prepare my soul for all assaults, and arm with never-ceasing prayer. Thou wilt not suffer me to sleep, who on thy love depend, but still thy faithful servant keep, and save me to the end. Jesus, my Master and my Lord. Matthew 7, verse 15, Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravenous wolves. You will know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes from thorn bushes, or figs from thistles? Even so, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Therefore, by their fruits you will know them. You know, this passage, one of the things we might consider is how we need to be very careful. And we need to be careful to look at a passage before this, earlier in the chapter, when it says, do not give what is holy to the dogs, do not cast your pearls before swine. And so to take the two passages together, since they are pretty much back to back, what he's saying is you need to be careful about who you help. Do not cast your pearls before swine. Do not give what's holy to the dogs. And he gives the reason. He says, lest they turn and tear you to pieces. Right? That's the reason. It's to protect us, frankly. So, to an extent, you need to be careful who you help. But also here, you need to be careful about those who say they're trying to help you. And so, beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing. They look real good. And understand, the figure can be taken too far. They look real good. They sound real good. They're smooth talkers, but inwardly they are ravenous wolves. And so be careful. We need to be careful who we help, and we need to be careful about who is helping us. What we are called to be, we are called to be fruit inspectors. He says, you will know them by their fruits. And we are called to inspect fruit. And that's the same thing, of course, the Lord does with us. He renders to everyone according to their deeds. And that's what we're looking at. You can tell the size of a boat by the size of the wake left behind it. Well, you can tell about a person. It's real easy for folks to say, well, we don't know their heart. No, we don't know their heart, but we know their deeds, just as they know our deeds. And what we're speaking about is the fruit of the Spirit or the works of the flesh. It's real easy to tell whether someone is following the Spirit or following the world. It's easy to tell. Are they worldly? Are they exhibiting those fruit of the Spirit? By their fruit you will know them. If they leave a wake of destruction behind them, it probably tells you a good bit. If they exhibit the fruit of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, right? If they exhibit the wisdom that is from above, that is first pure, peaceful, willing to yield, all of those things, then you know who they're following. You know who they're following. And so we are called to be fruit inspectors. And of course, we have to examine ourselves as well. And back to our passage, might consider, he says, and you might just look how the next paragraph is headed, I never knew you. Not everybody who says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom. So we need to examine ourselves, because we can easily say, oh, have we not done this in your name? Have we not done that in your name? And he may say, I never knew you. We may exhibit certain works, but if we don't actually love the Lord, we could have all the faith to move mountains, 1 Corinthians 13, but if we don't love the Lord, if we don't love others, if we're just going through the motions, the Lord would say, I never knew you. But did you notice in our passage here the impossibility? He says, a good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear good fruit. Right? He says it's impossible. And I think that's where sometimes people get in trouble. They'll say, someone will get in trouble, and they'll say, well, but they have a good heart. They have a good heart, and the Lord knows they have a good heart. No, a good tree cannot, according to Jesus, a good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear good fruit. When James speaks about it, he says, how does he put it? From the same spring. Let me flip over there real quick. I'm looking in James chapter 3, where he says, can a fig tree, my brethren, bear olives, or a grapevine bear figs? Thus no spring yields both salt water and fresh. And it just cannot be. A good tree cannot bear good fruit. And so we shouldn't deceive ourselves. In first and foremost, as we examine ourselves, and if we are not exhibiting good fruit, we should not deceive ourselves and say, well, but the Lord really knows my heart. No. A good tree bears good fruit. If you're not bearing good fruit, if I'm not bearing good fruit, then I'm not a good tree. And that's the Lord's truth. And so we call to mind Jesus, my Master and my Lord. And it's verse 2, I think, is, as we think about our topic for today, into a world of ruffians sent, I walk on hostile ground. We need to make sure we're not one of those ruffians. We need to make sure we're following the Lord. We need to make sure we're being led by the Spirit. And the only way we know that is if we are producing the fruit of the Spirit. It's the only way. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good day. Join us tomorrow for another portion of our daily praise.